Okay, wonderful. So here we are. I'm still in Sweden. I'm right now visiting my parents. So I'm running this from my parents' house. So if you have your journal, this is a great time to bring it out. And this is how I just prepare the structure. So it's April 10th. So I write the date down. And then the title of the little paragraph that I'm going to read is Difficult People Help Us to Learn and Grow. So I'm going to write that down. So difficult people help us to learn and grow. And then we will, and then I'm going to read the text, and then we will find two words or two opposite ideas, or two of something that we compare. So let's see what Pema has to say today. Gurdjieff was a renowned spiritual teacher who lived in the early part of the 20th century. There was a man in his community who was really bad-tempered. Nobody could stand this guy because he was so prickly. Even little thing caused him to spin off into a tantrum. Everything irritated him. He complained constantly. So everyone felt the need to tiptoe around him, because anything that might be said could cause him to explode. People just wished that he would go away. Gurdjieff liked to make his students do things that were completely meaningless. One day, there were about 40 people out cutting up a lawn into little pieces and moving it to another place on the grounds. This was too much for this fellow. It was the last straw. He blew up, stormed out, got in his car, and drove off, whereupon there was a spontaneous celebration. People were thrilled, so happy he had gone. But when they told Gurdjieff what had happened, he said, "Oh no," and went after him in his car. 3 days later, they both came back. That night, when Gurdjieff's attendant was serving him his supper, he asked, "Sir, why did you bring him back?" Gurdjieff answered in a very low voice, "You're not going to believe this. And this is just between you and me. You must tell no one. I pay him to stay here." All right, so what did I hear from Pema? So here we have this spiritual teacher who is paying a very difficult person to stay in the group. And the idea that I'm hearing is that difficult people help us to learn and grow. So maybe we can just play with the two words difficult and easy. So some people in our lives are difficult and other people are easy. And just noticing that could be a start. And of course, there's a part of us who just wants to hang around with easy people. Makes life easier. But what I'm hearing from Pema is that we learn and grow from difficult people too, I would imagine. So we can just play with that idea. There are difficult people and there are easy people. Okay, so coming to your seat, sitting up tall, moving your feet up and down, watching your toes, watching your heels, feel the connection between the soles of the feet and the earth. And then if you want to, you can bring your awareness to your breathing. Noticing the inhale, noticing the exhale. And then come to stillness, and then bringing your awareness to your two sitting bones. And maybe you can pick whatever you want, but I'm picking difficult and easy. So maybe Shift your weight from side to side, acknowledging that there are difficult people in your life and there are easy people in your life. So difficult and easy, difficult and easy. And then coming to stillness. If you want to use your fingers and gently tap at the crown of your head. And then imagine how you open up, allow your awareness to drop down to your third eye. So somewhere right in there, your third eye. Maybe breathe into that third eye. You can keep your eyes open or closed. And then maybe ask for guidance. Show me, guide me, ask for guidance. How can I handle difficult, or how can I learn from difficult people, and how can I learn from easy people? Maybe ask your third eye to show you or guide you. And then placing your hands on your knees and starting the cat-cow movement. Maybe exhale and round your back. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale and round. Inhale into your back bend. And then finding your way back to neutral. And then look at your hands, blinking, bubbling stars, open and close, all the way up. Clasp the hands, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. And then breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then reach and reach and reach and reach. And then reach and turn. Look behind you and see how far away can your fingertips go? How far apart can your fingertips go? Breathe. And maybe on each exhale, notice or imagine how your arms are getting taller and further away from each other. So inhale through the nose, exhale, and allow your arms to grow a little bit longer. And then release. Lift your shoulders a few times. And then look at your hands again. Look at those beautiful hands, blinking, bubbling stars. All the way up, clasp the hands, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. Into the nose, out through the mouth. And then reach and reach and reach and reach. And then turn, open up the arms, look behind you. And on every exhale, imagine how your arms are getting longer and further away from each other. And then release. Lift the shoulders a few times. And then bring your arms up in cactus. And then twist from side to side, thinking about difficult people and easy people. So who is a difficult person in your life? And who is an easy person in your life? Just notice, and what I'm hearing from Pema Chodron is that both of them are probably needed, and we learn and grow from both. And of course, there is a part of us who just want to go and hang out with nice people or easy people. So that would be swimming with the current. And we're trying to avoid, or even in, so the story she told us, the people celebrated when this difficult person left, and then the spiritual teacher brought him back and even is paying him to stay there. So hanging out with difficult people is against our pattern or against what we want. So swimming against the current, it takes effort. And knowing that, doing that, maybe what can I learn? How can I grow from hanging out with difficult people? Okay, and then allowing the knee and the elbow to connect. And then cross the midline. So what happens when a difficult and an easy person meet? What happens when a difficult and an easy person meet? So let's see. So stay connected, breathe. And then release, and then try the other side. And release. And maybe today, let's kick. So there's a part of us who just want to kick away. We don't want the difficult people. We want to kick them away, maybe to the side, the other side. Rest for a moment. But what Pema is asking us is to stay connected to the difficult people, to learn and to grow. And then release into a wide and stable stance. Wide and stable stance. Feel the two sitting bones. So this one represents difficult and one is easy. And then just go from side to side. What does difficult, or who is difficult in your life and who is easy in your life? And then, so this is very black and white thinking, right? Difficult and easy. So what's in between? What is in between? What does gray look like? Maybe gray is going back and forth. And then what about all the other colors? What about all the colors? So people come in all kinds of colors or combinations. And then come back to neutral. Look at your fingers. Think about a difficult person. Dip your fingers in paint and then draw that picture. Draw that picture. What does that difficult person look like? What does it look like? And then release that image. And then look at your other hand, dip your fingers in paint and think about an easy person. An easy person. What does an easy person look like? And then release that image. And then jump your feet together. Jump your feet together, landing in Tadasana. Okay, now we're going to write the story. Look at your toes, spread your toes, dip your toes in ink, and write the story. What makes a difficult person difficult? What makes a difficult person difficult? What's the story behind that difficult person? Write the story. What are the words? And then step out wide. Elbows to knees, fingertips together. Breathe. And then release down. Inhale, come back up. And then place that foot on top of the knee. Use your fingers to open up the toes. Open up the toes. Gently guide the knee out. Breathe. Notice any tightness. Breathe into that tightness. So tightness can be seen as stories stuck in the body. Stories stuck in the body. So what's the story that's stuck in that tightness? Can you breathe into it, soften it, release it? And then release, slide the knees together. Whatever leg is on top, that arm goes under. Give yourself a hug. And remind yourself how valuable you are. And then find your way to your version of eagle. Now imagine an eagle that is difficult. So look at that eagle. What does it look like? What's the color? What do the feathers look like? What about the eagle's eyes? What does a difficult eagle look like? And then let that eagle fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away. And then look at your left toes, dip the toes in ink, and write the story about an easy person. What's the story behind an easy person? And then step out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together. Breathe. And then release one hand down, the other one on the right knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, look up towards the sky. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale and twist a little deeper. And then stay there in that twist. So what does Pema mean when she says that we can learn and grow from difficult people? And then release down. Let the head be heavy. Inhale, come back up. Place the right hand on the floor, the left hand on the left knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, look up towards the sky. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, push into both hands and come a little deeper into the twist. And then maybe think about, how does easy people impact our life? And then release down. Inhale, come back up. And then place the left foot on the right knee. Use your fingers to open up the toes. Open up the toes. Gently guide that left knee out. Feel any tightness. And maybe bring the breath into that tight part of your body. Rinse it, clean it, heal it, soften it. So maybe notice how every exhale brings some softness into the tightness. And then release, slide the knees together. Whatever leg is on top, that arm goes under. Give yourself a hug. And remember, remind yourself how important you are. Remind yourself how important you are. And then find your way to your version of eagle. And this time, imagine an eagle that's easy, and an eagle that is easy, or the opposite of difficult. What does that eagle look like? Look at the feathers, the eyes. What does it do? And then let that bird fly away. Let that bird fly away and land back in a wide, stable stance again. Okay, blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Clasp the hands a way that feels funny. Turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And then start imagining your arms as wings. So your arms are wings filled with feathers, and they're growing stronger and longer and wider. And eventually you're going to open up your wings, spread your wings, and then go out flying. Go out flying. Calm, confident, whole and complete eagle flying all over the world. Where do you go? What do you see? And then turn the palms up and exhale down. Inhale, fly up high. Exhale, dive deep. Inhale, fly high. And this time, exhale, dive deep, and then bring the arms behind you. Hold on to opposite lower arms, and then stay there. Stay there. Now, notice any bruises or tightness or soreness in your wings. And then breathe into it. Breathe in, soften it, smooth it, rinse it, clean it, heal it. Maybe thank your wings for flying you to all these different places. Maybe bringing gratitude to all the bruises and scars. And then this time, release the left hand. Release the left hand, shake it out, bring it up, and bend it, stay there. And then release the other hand, shake it out, bring it up, bend it, stay there. Now both hands are holding the back of your heart. So both of your hands are healing the back of your heart. What does it feel like when you're healing your own heart? Healing your own heart. And then release the left hand down, and then the right hand down. Okay. Now we're going to build some strength in our legs. So bring the heels a little closer. Big inhale. Exhale, come up. Pick a number, maybe 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. One more time. Big inhale. Exhale. And then if you want to, you can do something different. So 10, maybe lift one leg. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come back. Shake it out. Big inhale. Exhale. And come all the way up to standing. Okay, we're going to start with breath of joy. Starting with your arms out wide. 3 inhales, 1 exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale. And then let the arms go. Let the arms go. And then bend the knees. Bend the knees and let the arms go. Maybe turn around. And then eventually allowing the knee and the elbow to connect. Maybe think about what happens when a difficult and an easy person connects or meet. What happens? And then crossing the midline. And then finding position of power. Maybe place your hands on solar plexus. Breathe into the power part of your body. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale, open up. Inhale. Exhale, open up. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And then stay there. Stay there open. And then place your hands on your hips again. And then start building external support. External support. So how does a difficult person help you to build external support? Maybe that's the question. And then lean and lift. Breathe. And you can stay low or you can stay high. Maybe challenge yourself. And then come down, lean and lift, lean and lift. And find a place of challenge today. And how does a difficult person help you to build external support? And then take skillful action. What does skillful action look like? How do we interact skillfully with difficult people? Okay, now, so pick something that you need to push away. It could be a difficult person or an easy person. Or something that you need to push away. Could be something else to allow something else to take that place. So think about something that you need to do less of. So give it a shape, a form. Maybe for me, I'm just thinking is reacting to difficult people. So maybe reacting to triggers or difficult people is what I need to push away. So I'm going to think about what that looked like to me. And then I'm going to push it away, push it away, push it away. And it's going to be so hard because there's a part of me who just wants to react. Or maybe celebrate, like in the text, they were celebrating when the difficult person disappeared. So maybe there's a part of me who wants to celebrate that. And maybe we need to kick that idea away. Maybe there's nothing to celebrate. And what is the opposite? What is the opposite? So allow whatever the opposite is to you, allow that to take its place. Maybe the opposite from celebrating the disappearance is to learn from that difficult person. Okay, and then let's clear the air with the sun salutation. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. That was one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. Last one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline, and then stay there holding your own heart in between your hands with self-love and self-compassion. And release. Okay, so let's step back to warrior one. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight, step back with your right foot, toe and heel. Now build your foundation. Take some time, build your foundation. Maybe what kind of foundation do you need to interact with a difficult person? So build that foundation and then come up and simply observe the difficulty. Blinking, bubbling stars. Release, place your hands in your back pockets. Breathe, find your heart space and breathe into that heart space. So is there a part of you that can be compassionate with the difficult person? And then transfer the weight forward, moving into warrior 3. Maybe lifting 1, maybe lifting 2 arms off the chair. Breathe. And then finding your way back to Tadasana. Okay, inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the right, left heel comes off. Take a big step back. So build a foundation. So what kind of foundation do you need to interact with an easy person? So build that foundation and then observe the easiness. Blinking, bubbling stars. Place your hands in your back pockets. Can you feel compassion for the easy person? And then transfer the weight forward, moving into warrior 3. And then coming all the way back to Tadasana. Okay, inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight, take a big step back, open up the pelvic halves. One arm in the past, the other one in the future. Finding warrior 2. The warrior 2 has found its target, but is not acting yet. You know where you're heading, but you're not taking action yet. Flip your hand, reverse the warrior. Maybe you're still thinking about the past, learning from the past. Come back to the present moment, check your target. And then imagine, if I move in that direction, so 10 years from now, where would I be? Where would I be? Come back to the present moment. We know where the target is. We haven't taken action yet. Hands on your hips, straighten that front knee. Release the hand down into the chair. Finding Trikonasana. So what kind of blinking, bubbling star are you? Who are you really? Finding your way back to warrior 2. Hands on the chair. Pick up that back foot. Maybe the arm comes off too. Half moon posture. Hand comes down, feet comes together, bend the knees, and come back up to standing. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight, step back into warrior 2. Warrior 2. One arm in the past, the other one in the future. So warrior 2 has found its target, but has not taken action yet. Still kind of pondering. Flip the hand, reverse the warrior. Thinking about the past. What did I learn from the past? Moving back to the present moment, that's where the target is. If I move in that direction, Where would I be in 5 years? And then move back to the present moment. Hands on your hips, straighten that front knee, release down. Finding Trikonasana. Hand comes down, gaze comes down, rebend that front knee, checking that target again, making sure that's where you want to go. Hands on the chair, and then pick up that back foot. And maybe the arm follows. Hand comes down, gaze comes down, feet comes back together, bend the knees and back up to standing. Okay. Finding Tadasana, mountain posture. Feel that part of you that's stable and steady. Drop the seat, transfer the weight, lift one heel off. Add whatever water or sunshine that you need, and then create. Who are you really? Who are you really? And then grow into that person or being that you want to be. What is the best version of you? What does that look like? The best version of you. And then release back down to Tadasana. Go back to that stable, steady part of you. Drop the seat, transfer the weight. And then what does the best version of you look like? And how do you align yourself with that core? How do we connect to core? It's already there. It's already there. All we have to do is reconnect or connect to that core of us that is already perfect. What does that part of you look like? Try different postures and see what does the best version of you look like. And then release back down. Feel that steady, stable part of you again. Like, I got this. Okay, widen the toes, feet a little wider than your hips. Hold on to the chair, bend the knees come kind of close. Stay here, open up those toes. If you want to, you can sit back on your heels. Come back up. And then look at your thumb, pick the color of difficult. So there's a part of you, a part of us that's difficult. What does that part look like in you? Give that a color. And then draw a big circle. Give that heel a little dot. And then there's a part of you that's easy. What does that look like? Take that color, draw a big circle, and give it a little dot. And then take both these colors, mix them together. And what do you get? Two big circles. Place your hands in your back pockets, stay there. Bring your awareness to your heart space. Can you feel compassion for the difficult part of you? Can you feel compassion for the easy part of you? And then release, untuck the toes, bring the knees wide, big toes to touch, and then find your way to child's posture. Inhale, come back up. Create that support. Tuck your toes, engage the core, lean into your arms, pick the knees up just for a few inches, stay there. Breathe. Release down. Lean in, pick your knees up, and then come all the way up. Walk into dolphin. Bend the knees and come back up to standing. All right, let's see. So I'm going to read again. Difficult people help us to learn and grow. Gurdjieff was a renowned spiritual teacher who lived in the early part of the 20th century. There was a man in his community who was really bad-tempered. Nobody could stand this guy because he was so prickly. Every little thing caused him to spin off into a tantrum. Everything irritated him. He complained constantly, so everyone felt the need to tiptoe around him because anything that might be said could cause him to explode. People just wished that he would go away. Gurdjieff liked to make his students do things that were completely meaningless. One day, there were about 40 people out cutting up a lawn into little pieces and moving it to another place on the grounds. This was too much for this fellow. It was the last straw. He blew up, stormed out, got into his car, and drove off, whereupon there was a spontaneous celebration. People were thrilled, so happy he had gone. But when they told Gurdjieff what had happened, he said, "Oh no," and went after him in his car. 3 days later, they both came back. That night, when Gurdjieff's attendant was serving him his supper, he asked, "Sir, why did you bring him back?" Gurdjieff answered in a very low voice, "You're not going to believe this, and this is just between you and me. You must tell no one. I pay him to stay here." Okay, so find your seat, sit up tall. Notice the inhale, notice the exhale. We have about 8 minutes, 8-9 minutes. And then I'm going to be quiet, and then, yeah, we have about 8 minutes. Here we go. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, move your head from side to side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra, holding your own heart in between your hands with self-love and self-compassion. Maybe bow your head in gratitude for this practice, thousands of years old. Thank your inner guide, your past, present, and future teachers, and all the people that are joining you on this journey. Open your eyes, raise your gaze, and thank you so much for practicing together today. Okay, and now is a great time to bring that journal back and write down difficult and easy. And then we have the structure down. So when class is over, if you want to, I don't feel any reason to wait. It's better to do it right now. Just reflect for a few minutes, 10 minutes or something, write down a few words, draw whatever picture or colors that comes into mind, and that's it. Then you're done for the day. Namaste.